Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson, sixth and final episode in creating the perfect calorie deficit. So we're almost to the contest stage, and off camera, Adam, you were saying that when I worked with you, when I was coaching you, that was the best condition you'd ever achieved. So it's fun to have the roles reversed here a little bit, and you teaching me what I'm going to need to do for my big comeback, which I'm just kidding. I'm not coming back, but good case study material here. So now let's say that we're approaching the contest. We're within 2, 3, 4 weeks. I'm definitely getting super close. I'm down to 1,800 or so calories. Cardio is as high as you want it to be. Do we have time to start building calories back up into a metabolic building phase?
Yeah, we should, and we always should, because the longer we can load, the deeper we're going to get glycogen into the muscle tissue, and we're going to have that fuller appearance, which with more muscle fullness will become more separation as long as you don't overdo it on carbs. So that's definitely key and important. I think this is where a lot of coaches can go wrong is they will bank on the increase to get somebody to lose the rest of the weight. I typically like to see a client 100% where I want them before I start increasing intake. Unless I think they're an ectomorph who's going to have a runaway metabolism, because we all have those clients and we all are amazed by what we see when we increase food with those clients. But that's not going to work for your mesomorph or your endomorph particularly. So we just don't get as lucky with those clients. So those clients with that type of body type, I like to see them 100% there. If they're an ectomorph, I might have them, 2 to 4% away from where I want them, and then increase the rest of the way for that tightness. But yeah, we should always be able to increase in as long as our timing is good.
I'm pretty sure you just called me fat, but last night on our nutrition coaching global mastermind, Helms did the same thing to me. So I'm getting assaulted from every angle this week. I'm going to have to start my diet. That's the bottom line. I'm going to actually take my notes home with me. But I think you're exactly right. When you get to that point where you're questioning if you should start adding calories back in or not, will it help? Will it not? That's where you have the information and data from maybe some of the diet breaks you've given, or if you have any calorie modulation at play at this point, 1 or 2 higher calorie days a week. A lot of people are now using the Helms approach of having back-to-back higher days, maybe even 3 days where calories are a little bit higher and the other days a little bit lower. There's all kinds of ways now to modulate calories that are showing promise and are very soon going to be researched in labs. And so it's going to be interesting. But if people, really do start to see the effects of just chronic dieting and you're really starting to get metabolically adapted to a point where it's very difficult to lose, it sometimes is amazing that you can start adding a little bit of carbohydrate strategically, and that stimulates a little bit more NEAT through the day. Maybe your training sessions are a little bit more intense. All of a sudden, you start losing body fat. And people think, oh gosh, you just have to add calories. You have to eat more to lose weight. And that's absolutely wrong. But it's the context. It's the fact that you're already that lean. You're already metabolically suppressing to a point maybe of danger, risk of muscle loss. And then you start that process, and it's the right time in the right way to do it. And that can really start to help. So I really do see, Adam, what you said. A lot of people who start that metabolic building phase with strategic increases of calories actually start getting leaner, or at least they maintain their forward momentum in getting tighter, even though they're starting to add calories. So that gets us right up to the stage where I think we need to be. How would you talk to somebody about the recovery diet process coming out of the show? What's the main thing that you equip them with?
Well, there's a few different options with that. And a lot of that depends on how the client did on stage and what their feedback is. So if somebody is not lean enough, we may want to slowly reverse out so we can maybe take advantage of not gaining very much weight at all to maybe even losing a little bit of weight into the reverse. I think mentality is another one to talk about, because when I hear recovery diet, I think that's something that Helms coined, if I remember correctly. And that is more moving into maintenance, exactly. And I think that's great because you're meeting someone psychologically where they're at. If they're getting to a point where they're close to binging, cravings are just erratic, you know, I think you're torturing somebody if you just slowly bring their intake up. They need to pull out prep as soon as possible, or else you're just going to get in this perpetual loophole that just is a binge and restrict cycle. That's what people tend to naturally want to do when they, I'll just say, fail at their diet. I hate saying that. And they also get embarrassed to check in with you. So I think it's really important to know your client's mentality, because even if that's the best move for a client for the stage, it might mentally not be the best move for them as well.
And the physiology. I mean, if you have a client who's successfully gone through a metabolic building phase, you know, I could, using me as a case example again, you know, I could be back up to 2,500 calories the week of the contest. And I've been growing into that food increase for the last month. And so maybe after the contest, I don't even feel like I need more food. I'm already at maintenance level. So to your point, it really does take understanding each client, their physiological context, their mindset. And speaking of mindset, we hope you guys enjoyed this series. I think this was going to be a really good one, Adam, that just gives some great core material for people who really need this kind of data. So if you guys have any more questions, remember this whole series was started because of a question posted on YouTube on one of our videos. So if you guys have anything you want us to cover, let us know, and we'll see you next time covering those topics in Contest Prep University.